This is Next Steps for Seniors with your host, Wendy Jones. Each week, Wendy brings resources and information to help guide you through those next steps with elderly parents and loved ones. You can follow, subscribe, and share on your favorite podcast platform. If you have questions or topic suggestions for Wendy, you can call us at 248-651-5010 or email at hello@nextstepsforseniors.com.
Welcome to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. I'm your host, Wendy Jones, and our topic today is going to be a little unique because it's about money and it's about your future. And everybody wants to know about money and everybody wants to know about your future. So I'm going to talk about Social Security. Why? Because it determines how much money you are going to have and how much you're going to make the rest of your life. Everybody that calls my office, the number one question that we have to ask them, how much do you get in Social Security? And here's why. Because as we age, we're usually on a limited income after we retire. And we got two sources of income coming in, either a pension and 401k and Social Security. That's it. And all the money that you've saved your entire life in some kind of an account. And what happens is, just to be totally transparent, the people that call my office have already spent all that money that they've saved their entire life because they're like 80, 90 plus. And they're like, okay, I ran out of money. Well, my first question is, well, what do you get from Social Security? Because that number is usually the most consistent number as we age that you have, besides your pension. Hopefully you have a pension. Nowadays, we just have a 401k. But regardless, it was a forced savings, and I pray for all those people that have pensions and be thankful for that, by the way. Okay, so moving into Social Security. So number one, there are 68 million Americans that receive Social Security. I don't know if you knew that. And it represents quite a bit of income, usually up to 30-40% of income for people in the U.S. Now, of course, it's not meant to be a savings plan. It's more of a lifeline. It's something's better than nothing. And you have poured into Social Security your entire life. Now, I know you were forced to pay into it, but now it's time to get that back. Now that you can get that back. And you can only get that back when you reach full retirement age or after the age of 62. Now, let's be honest, it used to be a full retirement age of 62. Now, full retirement age is 67. So if you were born after 1960, your full retirement age is now 67. And why do we keep raising the full retirement age of Social Security? To save some money, just FYI, because we're spending a lot of it. And we're going to have more seniors than ever before in history in our country in a few short years. We're calling them the good old baby boomers. So yes, we are going to have a ton of seniors and we do need to stretch our Social Security. So let's get into the nitty gritty because this is really important. Number one, do you know how much you're going to get from Social Security? Do you have any idea? If you're 50 and you're listening to this program, if you're 60 and you're listening to this program, and if you don't have an idea, get your pen and paper ready because I'm about to tell you how to figure that out. Number one, go to ssa.gov. You can actually register yourself with your Social Security number and you can find out how much you're going to get. All right, very important. Number two, phone number. Ready? 1-800-772-1213. Very important. You can call and you can figure out how much Social Security you're going to get. The other super big decision is when you're going to take it. No, I'm not going to be able to tell you that answer, but your financial advisor should be able to tell you. I can tell you this, that if you were born after 1960, your full retirement age is 67. And if you can hold out to 67, fantastic. I can also tell you this, at 70, any age older than 70, you get no more money. You get the same number that you get at 70. So why would you not just take it at 70? I'm just saying. Okay. So the reality is, unfortunately, a lot of people are using Social Security as a lifeline. It's the only income they have. And I'm going to tell you a story so you can better understand this. I had a sweet little couple that retired at 65. They are now 86 and 88. They have a modest home. They've lived from 65 to 88 just fine. They did all the things they wanted to do. They paid their utilities, paid their taxes, blah, blah, blah. And now they're at a point where the wife needs more care. She needs help. Okay. She's not able to do the things she used to be able to do. And the husband is exhausted. He's 88 and he cannot take care of her. So the reality is he walked into my office, and this is why I'm telling you this story. And he says to me, I don't know what to do. I don't have enough money to care for my wife. Now, number one, that is not something I ever want any of you to be in that position. But the reason you're listening to this podcast is because if you are, I'm going to tell you a couple things that you can be doing now so that you're not. So number one is this gentleman did have savings, but he used all of his savings. Why? Because he did not know how long he was going to live, and nobody does. So I tell everybody, plan like you're going to live to 100 years old. Absolutely, positively plan like you're going to live to 100. Because the reality is, you'll probably pass before 100, but no man knows the day nor the hour, and that's what the Bible says. So the reality is, if you don't know, you better plan like you're going to live a long time. So that's the number one thing. And please don't spend all of your money. I want you to enjoy retirement. I do not want you to live in fear, but you do not need a Corvette. You do not, well, maybe you do. But anyway, it's your money. But please know that it is $6,500 a month today in 2024 to pay for an assisted living, and it is not covered by insurance. So everybody thinks insurance is going to cover you. That is not the case. Medicare and Medicaid do not cover assisted living, do not cover independent living in a roundabout way. Well, there's a whole nother podcast on that, but it's private pay, and home care is private pay. You want a caregiver to sit and help you with a shower or make your food or hold your hand, that's private pay too. And that's about $34 an hour. So there's that. So the reason I'm telling you that is because when you go into Social Security and you figure out that you only get $1,800 a month, and I don't know how much you make, you're going to have to figure it out. Everybody's is different. You got a problem, right? $1,800 a month is not going to cover assisted living, and it is not going to cover, all of the things that you want to do as you retire. That's why you need that savings account, and that's why you need your 401k and your pension. So please, 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 if nothing else, take away from this program that you can definitely find out what that number is, and you should find out what that number is early. SSA.gov or call 1-800-772-1213. One more thing. A lot of people are going back to work because they don't have enough money. I'm going to tell you this. In 2024, you can earn up to $22,320 from another job and still collect your Social Security. So that's important to know and have no repercussions to that. If you make more than that, you're going to have to talk to your financial planner because there are some repercussions to that. So those are the basics. And I do want to go back to my story about the little man. So a couple things. His wife can qualify for Medicaid. And Medicaid is a great program for people who meet eligibility requirements, both financially and medically. Now, let me just add to that Medicaid will usually pay for a nursing home. Okay. Anyone who's been in a nursing home, Medicaid My Choice waiver was designed by our state to keep people out of a nursing home, but give you some additional funds. And it's not a lot, but it's some, and you can qualify for that if you are very, very low income. This particular lady would qualify for My Choice waiver. So that was the benefit there. The other benefit, if you're a veteran and served our country, and let me just say thank you to all those veterans out there, you also get a benefit. It's called aid in attendance. So please, 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 please know that there are some answers out there. I don't want you to feel like you're doom and gloom if you don't make a lot of money or have a lot of money. That is why we are here to help you. Aid in attendance is fantastic. My Choice waiver, Medicaid, there's programs called PACE. All of these programs are available to you, and they may be called different things in different states. but they are available for our low income sweet people who need to take care of themselves as they age, just like the gentleman and his wife. So please plan for the future is my number one takeaway. Figure out exactly what you're getting for Social Security so you know, and then you can make an educated decision on how much extra you need to have. And please do not spend all of your money because you're going to need it the most in your later years. 70% of people need some kind of care as they age. 70%. So there's a pretty high chance that you're going to need somebody to help you do something. And all of that is out-of-pocket expenses. All right. God bless you. Don't live in fear. Embrace this time. Be educated on it and look up the information so you know in advance. Talk to your financial planner too. You can also call our office, 248-651-5010. And we are always here for you.
Hi, I'm Wendy Jones, host of Next Steps for Seniors Conversations on Aging podcast. Did you know that over 25 million Americans experience bladder leaks? Incontinence can happen to anyone at any time. And when it does, incontinence products are a necessity. But it can cost hundreds of dollars per month to purchase these products, which is why we're partnering with Airflow Urology to help you. Airflow Urology provides medical-grade incontinence care essentials like adult briefs, male guards, catheters, and more for free through your insurance. With Airflow, your favorite bladder control supplies are sent right to your doorstep with discreet monthly deliveries. Customers have reported close to $200 a month in savings with Airflow Urology, and over 2 million people have trusted Airflow. You can verify your insurance benefits by going on and filling out a quick 2-minute form. Check your eligibility. Visit airflowurology.com. That's AEROFLOW urology.com.
Welcome back to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. I'm your host, Wendy Jones, and we're going to continue our conversations on the Social Security divorcee benefit. And there are some very specific things that you do need to know that I want to share with you. Of course, reach out to your financial planner or Social Security, which I will give you that phone number at the end. But these are the things to know. Number one, to claim benefits based on your ex-spouse's record, your marriage must have lasted at least 10 years and you must be divorced for at least 2 years. The benefit amount, you can receive up to 50% of your ex-spouse's full retirement benefit if you start collecting at your full retirement age. They call it FRA, full retirement age. You also do need to apply for this benefit and through the Social Security Administration. You cannot do it online. You do need to call, and you also need to provide proof of both your divorce and marriage certificate. So definitely look into that and make sure you have that handy. Now, why am I sharing this information with you? Oh, also, you need to be over the age of 62 and currently unmarried. So if you have, let's say, 2 or 3 husbands and you want to collect from the first husband's Social Security, you can't be married again to the second husband. Okay, so let me go back to why is this important? I have somebody in my life right now who was married 10 years to a man, got a divorce, and has struggled financially on her own ever since. She's over 62 and barely making it, barely paying her bills. And she was there during those trying 10 years of supporting her husband to get to where he was to make the money that he could. So I think it's important as we age to understand that this benefit is available to you. You are not skating a system. You are not being conniving. It is a complete benefit that is available to you. But again, you have to be married for that 10 years and you cannot be remarried. Let's just refocus on that to that first husband or another husband. So next thing to know, I'm going to give the phone number at the end, but this is also very important because if your spouse, your ex-spouse passes away, you actually are eligible for their full retirement benefit. If you're divorced, you get up to 50%. If they pass away, you could get the potential full benefit. And that is, again, you need to be 62 or older. I'm going to share that phone number with you because I do think it's important for you to do the research, call the number, There is a reason that Social Security was developed, honestly, and it's so that it was a safety net, right? So people aren't struggling to make ends meet. When you need the most money in your life is in the older years, because it's when you're going to need the most care. So it's very important. It's $34 an hour just to have a caregiver come to your house. Everybody thinks that it's covered under insurance. It is not covered under insurance. Your care is private pay as you age. You pay out of pocket for assisted living. It's not covered under insurance. You pay out of pocket for independent living. You pay out of pocket for caregivers. There are some extenuating circumstances if you're extremely low income for Medicaid, but it is so important to understand that these benefits are things you're paying for. And like no other time, you're on a limited income. The money that you made while you worked all those working years, that's all you got. So you can't spend it all. So when you need it the most, you don't have it. And that is why we're talking about this topic today, because so many people do not understand that they are eligible for their ex-spouse's benefits. So let me add one more thing. We all know this. This is common sense. 50% of our marriages end in divorce. Heartbreaking? Yes, it is. But it's also important to understand the financial components to it. And that is why you're tuning into Next Steps for Seniors. Thank you for listening. I appreciate sharing stories. I appreciate you sharing facts. I want to give the phone number to you now of the Social Security Benefit Administration, and it is 1-800-772-1213. Thank you and have a blessed day.